Hey YouTube fam, I'm on my lunch break. Just wanted to come on here to kind of vent a little bit. But what is up with these kids in the newer generation? I cannot wait to be able to talk to you guys on live, because I love like getting advice from like other parents and stuff, and love hearing like stories from other parents. But in the comments, please drop you guys' advice or things that you guys have done with your own children. So this is the thing. My son is 18. He graduated from high school in June of this year, June of 2022. So I told him, take a little break for a couple months, but in August, you need to be working, because I want him to pay like his cell phone bill. I want him to learn responsibilities. So that's what I want him to get out there, and I want him to learn responsibilities of the world. And, in case one day I'm not here, he'll know how to, take care of things and live life. So that was the thing. He didn't want to go, he's burnt out on school. I understand. So, no college. But I was like, you got to be working. You can't just be in the house not doing nothing. So here we are, October or whatever. And I was like, he's just not the type of kid to just go out there, get online, start filling out applications and like handling his business like I did. Like when I was younger, I'm the one that went and like filled out applications. And back in those days, there was no internet. So we had to, I was footing it to the mall, walking from store to store, driving around places, getting out and getting applications. So it was different back then. And then when it came down to my driver's license, my parents didn't have to push me to do nothing. I knew I was going to get a car from my parents when I graduated from high school. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get this license. Best believe. So, I went, researched the driving school. I had my permit by 15 and a half, and I was licensed at 16. But this boy got a whole car sitting in the driveway, because I told him, I said, you graduate from high school, you can have my Durango. I have a 2004 Durango. So I was like, that you can have that or whatever. It's like, if you don't bring me a diploma, you're going to have to pay for your own car. So he's got a car waiting for him, but no, he never did go get a permit, never got a license. He's unlicensed. So I just told him, I said, well, listen, you're going to have to be taking the bus or something when you go into work, because I work. So like, I could probably drop you off or pick you up depending on the hours that you're working, but you're going to have to like work, do public transportation. Well, I don't want to be on the bus. It don't matter. Like this is you. This is your responsibility. Like, you in there watching YouTube and videos and stuff. Like you need to, get up off your butt and start moving. So I basically told him, I said, come September, you're cut off. I'm not buying no soap. I'm not buying, don't ask me to buy no snacks. I said, I'm only grocery shopping, because, y'all know everything has gone up. Now, everything has gone up except for these wages. Now, I ain't got no husband or no boyfriend helping me with my bills. I pay all my bills by myself. And, we kind of battling out at this job right now. I've been here 20 years, but they don't really, pay us like the other companies are paying. I love my job to death, but as far as the pay, it does suck. But I do love my job. And I've been other places where I was making more money and I was miserable. I was going to work crying, coming home crying. So like, I don't want to leave my job to go make more money. I would only leave if I'm unhappy, but I don't want to leave when I'm extremely happy and I don't have no stress. So, paying your bills by yourself. And I know, there's some of you out here that are going through the same thing. You pay your bills and stuff by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't even blow off your money, and you like, well, dang, like I can't save up for nothing. So anyways, I told my son, I said, listen, you need to pay, I'm paying, I got a gym membership for him. He don't use that. I'm like, dude, come on now. I told him, come September, you paying for this gym membership. Because I feel like this. I had him all through school. That was, that's my responsibility to have him while he was going to school. Put clothes on his back, make sure he's eating. But he's 18. I feel like that's grown stuff. You know what I'm saying? At 18, I was already, I had already was in the medical assistant program at that point, and was finishing up. So, and was starting my first job. So I'm like, not my first job, my second job. I'm lying, because I actually started working at SeaWorld of San Diego when I was 16. So, and I was going to high school at that point. I was in the 11th grade, going over into the 12th grade. So, so I told him, I said, I'm cutting you off come September. I'm cutting you off. Don't ask me I ain't buying no shoes. I ain't paying for no haircut. I ain't doing none of that. Because once I hit, at 18, I was paying for this touch-up that I'm still getting, okay? I was paying for my student loans. I didn't have to pay for the car because my parents had bought me the car. But when I decided to trade that car in that they bought me, it became my responsibility as far as paying that car note. So I was paying the car note. So I told him, I said, you're going to have to pay like half of the gas and electric, because the boy leave lights on like y'all wouldn't believe. And not only that, we up all night. We watching TV, we playing video games. This stuff costs money, anime. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't cheap. So, I'm like, with him being at home all day, I'm like, the gas and electric is going up. So you're going to have to put on that. Pay your gym membership, your cell phone bill. And I told him he's going to have to pay his copay for his doctor visits. I got the insurance. He's on my insurance until he's like, I think 26 is when he can stay on. But he's going to have to pay the copay, which is like $20. So I was like, you got to pay that. And I was like, and as far as all the boy eats out of control. Like, I'll be like, what the heck? How are you still hungry? Now I'm like, I'll cook and stuff at home, whatever, and you can have whatever I cook and all that. But going out and buying all them extra groceries and all that, I'm not doing all that. I am boycotting. These prices has gotten crazy, so I'm boycotting on gas, and I'm boycotting as far as groceries. I'm now grocery shopping every pay period, which is every 2 weeks, because I'm like, I'm not going to be giving these stores my money every week. Sorry, not doing it. If I got to be on a smoothie and water diet, so be it. I need to lose some weight anyway. And as far as these gas prices out here in California, it is ridiculous. We were almost at $7 like last week and the week before. I think I got gas on Saturday and it was like $5.39. But that was because I got on Gas Buddy and I did like some researching to see who had the cheapest gas, and I found this gas station. It was Chevron too, so it's a little bit out the way, but I was like, you know what, they got the cheaper gas, I'm gonna go over here. Plus I was going over in that neighborhood anyway, so. But yeah, so I don't know, this younger generation, I mean, they're totally different from us. Maybe it's because we were raised up and we were like outside playing, and and it's so sad because they are growing up in an era where there's all this internet stuff, and that's all it is. We hated being indoors. We was outside, you know what I'm saying? We would be outside making up stuff to do, making up things to play. Y'all remember them old hard like cowboys and like Indian figurines and stuff? Parents coming in your room, stepping on them and stuff, hurting their feet. We used to be out there doing that, playing jacks, Chinese, jump rope, kickball, skates, riding bikes. I mean, we was, my crazy self, you know what I'm saying? I'm a horror fanatic. We out there playing Friday the 13th, okay? Who gonna be Jason today? I mean, we was outside. We hated being indoors. But like, my son don't go anywhere. He has friends, but he don't even go anywhere with them. I'm like, hey, won't you go to the mall or something? Won't you go get your friends, go to the mall or something? Go, I'll even drop you off. He's an introvert. And I mean, and part of that is good because there's so much stuff going on. I feel safe, good that he is at home safe, but then I do want him to get out because I know being in the house is also not, really good. Depression, weight gain, and which is what he definitely has. He lost his father at a young age and stuff, but and I know he goes through some issues with that. But I'd be trying to get him out. I'd be like, come on, I'm about to go to the gym. Come go with me to the gym. Nah, I'm good. He'll be in there watching his YouTube and stuff. He's just content with being at home. So he'll be so anyways, I think it was a couple weekends we were sitting down. We just was like I had him filling out like applications online for jobs and stuff. And I just don't like the online stuff. Like I don't know. I feel like you're waiting probably forever for somebody to pick up your application that's online, and places are short to the point where they may not even have anybody checking, online. I just like going, I miss the days of going in person, like, and you talking to them, you know what I'm saying, and letting them know you want a job, and they're like, okay, we can hire you right here on the spot. He did, right now he's going through the process. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a security guard. He went and did his fingerprints. He had his interview, and he has to take these courses online. So he'll be doing his courses online this weekend. And so I really can't wait for him to get started, with that. Yeah. And I know like he's not a morning person, so he's going to be like working the graveyard shift. I am nervous about that, about him being out late somewhere. But I'm, I put it in my, my guardian angel, I always, I think nothing but good thoughts and stuff, and it'll be a good thing for him. And I feel like the security job would be a good job for him, because he is an introvert, and, he can just kind of just do his own thing. I mean, it's easy, really easy money. But, yeah, so like, I got to get back to why I was venting. So this morning I'm getting up and going for work, and my two aunts, my aunt on my mom's sister, and my daddy's sister, they both sent him checks for his graduation, and they were late. You know how black folks do it. We probably just got them checks probably about maybe 2 weeks ago, but better late than never. It's the thought that counts. But anyways, I got him a bank account started or whatever, so he got his ATM card. I kept telling him, I said, you're going to have to, now those checks, I said, you're going to have to go. I can't cash them. I said, they're in your name. So we're going to, we got to take them to the bank. I'm trying to show him how to do all, handle his business. So I said, we got to take them to your bank. And I said, you're going to have to deposit it in your bank account. I say, either deposit or you can like cash them, whatever you want to do, but you need to get, go ahead and get rid of these checks, because, people when they be writing them checks, they be waiting for them checks to like get out their account. So I have been on him telling him, come on, you gonna go do, I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it this day. I'll do it that day. Now he didn't, them funds that he didn't got for his graduation, they didn't deplenish, because he been buying everything and he ain't got no job to help the income come in. So now he's out of money, and he's also out of food, because we at home all day and we eat. And I already told you I'm not going grocery shopping every week anymore. Not with these prices, I'm not. So now he over here panicking. He's like, are you gonna be able to take me to go cash my check today? I said, well, it depends, Jordan. I don't know. I said, if I work overtime, I said, we're busy and I'm working overtime, I don't get home until the banks are closed or whatever. I said, you might gonna have to wait. I said, I'm off on Friday. Well, I can't wait on Friday. I said, but listen, that is not my problem. I said, because if you would have been listening to me, you would have been employed and you would have had money in your bank account and you wouldn't have to worry about depending on these little 2 checks that you got waiting or whatever. I was like, now you need, he's like, well, I need soap and I need this. I said, yeah, see, I said, that's not my problem. I said, because once again, had you gotten a job in August, like I told you, I said, I told you September, I'm cutting you off. And I meant that. I said, you sitting up in the house. I said, you're 18 years old. You need to learn some responsibilities. And I was like, and you want all this junk food and all this other stuff. And that's another thing. Now, when going shopping and stuff, and I'm gonna buy him his soap and stuff, I ain't gonna do him like that. But when I'm buying soap, we go to Walmart. He picks out this damn body wash called Harry's, right? And I'm like, Harry's? Well, I ain't never heard of no Harry's before, right? I have a feeling, I'm like, this must be some expensive stuff. Man, I went over there and I looked at that price. It was like $7.48. The hell I will be paying for some Harry's. We gonna go ahead on and get with this Suave soap here, homeboy. I'm like, you tripping. I'm like, I went and grabbed that Suave soap for like $2. I'm like, you was tripping. I said, don't ever put no Harry's in the basket when I'm buying stuff. But then the day that he had to go buy some soap, guess what soap he pulled? Suave soap. I said, where the Harry's at? I said, yeah. I said, when I'm buying stuff, you want me to pay the expensive stuff. I said, I got your number there. Even when it comes down to like Febreze and the Glade sprays and stuff. Now, Glade sprays, I think, are like 98 cents. He want to buy like the Febreze that's like $2 and something. No, they both spray and do the same old thing. Except for, for Febreze, you can spray on like, material and stuff like that. But I don't care about none of that. Get you that Glade spray for 98 cents whenever I'm buying it. When you get your job and you got your paycheck, you can go ahead and pay that $2. But y'all see what these kids be doing. When they get their money and they have their money, they bargain shop or whatever. They ain't buying all that expensive stuff. He always talking about he want to be Gucci this and Gucci that or whatever on my expense. Now, when he gets his paycheck and stuff, I had to take him to, he's like, I want to go shopping at Bloomingdale's or whatever. I was going to buy him a birthday outfit one time. I said, do you know what them prices are up in there in Bloomingdale's? Bloomingdale's ain't, is out of my tax bracket. You better go on here to this Burlington Coke factory or this Ross. You tripping. They not expensive. Okay. Took him on over there to, what's the name? I forgot the name of the place. Y'all heard me, but and he looked at them prices and said, Bloomingdale's. He looked at them prices and then he was like, oh. I said, exactly. I said, I ain't got Bloomingdale's money. I said, I have never, as a matter of fact, this is my first time ever stepping a foot up in Bloomingdale's. And that was the first time ever was January of 2020. I ain't never bought nothing from no Bloomingdale's, ever. I'll buy my clothes at Lane Bryant, I got Chunky Chunk, but, or I'll buy my stuff at, Ross or something like that. But, or they hand it down from a friend or something like that. 'Cause I ain't too proud to beg. But, yeah, so yeah, these kids, I don't know, man. Whew, y'all, it's tough. You you think you go through, especially like single parenting, man. Like, I don't see how y'all do it with multiples. 'Cause I got one and I'm like, okay, you try to get him to school and I'm like, oh, please let me just get this boy. I told him, I said, listen, I don't care what you got to do to get this diploma. Get it. I just get this diploma. And it's like, it never ends. Parenting never ends. You be like, oh, okay, when they hit a certain age, but some people, kids, they may still be at home in their 20s and stuff. It never stops, and like, I'm not the type of parent that's gonna kick my son out because he turned 18 or nothing like that. He's a respectful kid. He doesn't give me any trouble. He don't smoke, he don't smoke weed, don't drink. He ain't in no gangs or nothing like that. He's a good kid, and I always tell him how proud I am of him for, not being a follower, going by, having his own mind and things of that sort. And he can stay with me for as long as he wants, but he's gonna have to, also help out. I'm not taking care of a grown man. you know, and that thing including my son is I'm like, I'm not going to enable him like that. And don't no woman, you know, I want him to be able to be on his own way one day, have his own family, you know, do his own thing, you know, have his own place. I'm not that type of single mom. I know some single moms are like, oh, the emptiness, I'm so alone and I don't want my kids to ever leave. That's not me. I love them to death. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, I want him to learn his own way of life because I know I'm not going to be here forever. And I want him to know how to live and not have to depend on anybody, because having to ask somebody to come live with them and you living in a house and, you know, it's allbad.com. You want to have your own stuff, you know, and to be able to support yourself without asking people, because it's just not a good feeling. So yeah, so that's just how my day started out. Just trying to get him on his way. I can't wait for him to, you know, start the security job and stuff. And I'm just trying to teach him, you know, like I told him, I said, you pay your bills first. I said, you pay your bills and whatever you have left over, put some in a savings account, because I got him a checking and a savings account. I said, put some money in a savings account. Every time you get paid, put some money in a savings account. And then if you want to go buy something, give yourself a little budget to buy something. I'm like, I know he gonna want clothes and shoes and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know, you'll have enough to go, you know, budget yourself, you know, but don't let your accounts get to zero. Don't start being negative and all that stuff. Always have extra money for a rainy day. And then, not right now, because it's just too much stress. We got to work on this driver's license and this job situation. But once he gets his job, once he gets the driver's license and stuff, then we're going to start working on his credit. And I think I'm going to try to get him a credit card, one credit card that I'll manage. And that'll probably be when he get like 21. But one credit card that I'll manage. And I'll have him go buy something. And as soon as he gets paid, to pay it off. Because credit cards are the devil. But so then, you know, so he can build some credit up in his name. And then, you know, I know he wants to eventually buy another car, but I was like, listen, right now, ride the Durango out until the wheels fall off. You ain't got no car note. Car notes, they just like being in a bad relationship. I was like, and then you could save up enough money to where you can go pay cash for a car. So, yeah, I'm trying my best. I don't know everything, you know, but I'm trying to, I want him to be good, you know, when the unfortunate time, which I hope it's no time soon, when I, you know, leave this world, because, you know, his dad is already gone. My parents are already gone. My brother's gone. So like all we really have are like friends here, and, you know, our distant relatives. Like I say, man, blood don't be thicker than water. You know what I'm saying? And I got people that ain't even checking. They don't even call and check on me. But so I just want him to be able to learn and live this life. His ultimate goal is to be in real estate. And I told him, I said, you can do whatever you want to do as long as you put your heart and your mind and your soul to it. But you can't sit around on your ass thinking that it's going to fall in your lap. It's not going to happen that way. You have to work for it. All right, well, I done rambled enough. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for listening. Thank you for checking in. And always remember, if someone hasn't told you they loved you today, I love you. All right. Bye, you guys.